The 2024 U.S. presidential election is more than just a contest for the White House. It's a crossroads for America, and indeed, the world. The choices made in November 2024 will echo for decades, shaping everything from the global economy to the future of democracy itself. Americans face a stark choice. On one side, familiar faces from recent political battles offer a return to policies of the past. On the other, a new generation of leaders promises a different path, though with its own uncertainties. The stakes couldn't be higher. The future of American democracy, its role in the world, and the prosperity of its citizens are all on the line. It's a time for informed choices and active citizenship. Get ready, America, because the 2024 election is about more than just picking a president. It's about choosing the future you want. No figure looms larger in modern American politics than Donald J. Trump. His presidency was a time of upheaval, marked by sharp departures from traditional American foreign policy and a focus on economic nationalism. Trump's return to the political arena as a candidate in 2024 raises questions about the direction he would take a divided nation. Would he continue the policies of his first term? Would he seek to mend fences or double down on the rhetoric that defined his time in office? Trump remains a polarizing figure, loved by some for his defiance of convention, and loathed by others for his divisive rhetoric. His base of support remains strong, energized by his populist message and promises to restore America's lost greatness. Whether he can once again capture the White House, however, remains to be seen. The 2024 election will be a test of his enduring appeal and the resilience of the movement he ignited. Donald Trump's vision for America is clear. Put America first, always. His America First philosophy emphasizes economic nationalism and a skeptical view of global engagement. Trump's economic policies center on protectionist trade measures, such as tariffs on imports, and a focus on boosting domestic manufacturing. He argues that these policies will bring back American jobs and reduce reliance on foreign countries. On the world stage, Trump advocates a more transactional approach to foreign policy, prioritizing American interests above all else. He has shown a willingness to challenge traditional alliances and engage in bilateral negotiations with adversaries. Trump's foreign policy is characterized by a disdain for multilateralism and a belief in projecting American strength. He has withdrawn the U.S. from international agreements such as the Paris Climate Accord and the Iran nuclear deal. Joe Biden, the 46th and current President of the United States, represents a different approach to leadership. His tenure has been a blend of traditional political strategies and responses to unprecedented challenges. A veteran politician known for his moderate stance and extensive experience on the world stage, Biden campaigned on a platform of unity and a return to normalcy after the tumultuous Trump years. His promise was to heal a divided nation and restore faith in American institutions. Biden's presidency has been marked by a series of significant challenges, from the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic to the controversial withdrawal of American forces from Afghanistan. Each decision has been scrutinized, reflecting the high stakes of his leadership. He has also faced criticism for his handling of the economy, particularly with rising inflation and supply chain issues. These economic challenges have tested his administration's ability to deliver on promises of stability and growth. Despite these challenges, Biden maintains the support of his party and a significant portion of the American public. His ability to navigate through crises and maintain a coalition of support is seen as a testament to his political acumen. His supporters point to his steady leadership during a time of crisis and his unwavering commitment to democratic values. They argue that his experience and calm demeanor are exactly what the country needs in turbulent times. However, Biden's age and questions about his ability to connect with younger voters remain a concern for his party. The generational gap poses a challenge in an era where youth engagement is crucial for political success. The 2024 election will be a critical test of whether his experience and moderate approach can continue to resonate with the American people. It will determine if his vision for America aligns with the evolving aspirations of its citizens. Section 5. Biden's Balancing Act, Ukraine, NATO, and a Warming Planet. The Biden administration faces a complex geopolitical landscape. The war in Ukraine has tested the resolve of NATO and the West, demanding a delicate balance between supporting Ukraine and avoiding escalation with Russia. Biden has condemned Russia's invasion and rallied international support for Ukraine, providing military and humanitarian aid. He has also imposed severe sanctions on Russia, aiming to cripple its economy and pressure Putin to end the war. On climate change, Biden has made it a priority, rejoining the Paris Agreement and setting ambitious goals for reducing carbon emissions. He has promoted renewable energy and invested in clean energy technologies. However, Biden's climate agenda faces challenges, including opposition from Republicans and the need to balance environmental concerns with economic realities. The global nature of climate change also requires international cooperation, which can be difficult to achieve. Section 6. The economy under Biden, a mixed bag. The U.S. economy under the Biden administration presents a mixed picture. While unemployment has fallen and the stock market has reached record highs, inflation has soared to levels not seen in decades, causing economic hardship for many Americans. Biden's supporters point to the strong economic recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic, fueled by government spending and low interest rates. They argue that his policies have created jobs and boosted economic growth. However, critics argue that Biden's policies have contributed to inflation by increasing government spending and discouraging domestic energy production. They point to the rising cost of living as evidence of his administration's economic mismanagement. The Biden administration has taken steps to address inflation, including releasing oil from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve and attempting to ease supply chain disruptions. However, the effectiveness of these measures remains to be seen. Section 7. The DeSantis Challenge. A new generation of Republicanism. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has emerged as a prominent figure in the Republican Party and a potential contender for the 2024 presidential nomination. His rise to prominence has been marked by a series of bold moves and strategic decisions that have captured the attention of both supporters and critics alike. DeSantis has garnered national attention for his conservative policies and his willingness to challenge the Biden administration. His approach has been characterized by a firm stance on various issues, often putting him at the forefront of national debates. DeSantis's political rise has been fueled by his embrace of culture war issues, such as opposition to critical race theory and transgender rights. These stances have resonated with a significant portion of the Republican base, who see him as a defender of traditional values. He has also taken a hard line on immigration and crime, aligning himself with the populist wing of the Republican Party. His policies on these issues have been designed to appeal to voters who are concerned about national security and public safety. DeSantis's supporters view him as a strong leader who is not afraid to stand up for his beliefs. They appreciate his direct approach and his commitment to implementing conservative policies. They admire his conservative credentials and his success in implementing his agenda in Florida. His ability to pass significant legislation has solidified his reputation as an effective and determined leader. However, DeSantis's critics view him as a divisive figure who is more interested in stoking cultural grievances than in governing responsibly. They argue that his focus on contentious issues detracts from more pressing governance matters. They argue that his policies are harmful to marginalized groups and undermine democratic norms. Critics believe that his approach could lead to increased polarization and social unrest, questioning whether his leadership style is sustainable in the long term. Section 8. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. A Kennedy on a different path. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., a scion of the iconic Kennedy political dynasty, has mounted a long-shot bid for the presidency, challenging incumbent Joe Biden for the Democratic nomination. His decision to run has surprised many, given the stronghold the Kennedy family has traditionally had within the Democratic Party. Kennedy's campaign has focused on his opposition to vaccine mandates and his skepticism of government intervention in healthcare. He argues that personal freedom should be prioritized over government mandates, a stance that has resonated with a segment of the population. Kennedy's views on vaccines have drawn significant controversy, with many public health experts criticizing his claims as inaccurate and dangerous. They argue that his rhetoric could lead to lower vaccination rates and increased public health risks. He has been accused of spreading misinformation and undermining public trust in vaccines. Critics say that his statements contribute to the growing problem of vaccine hesitancy. which has been a significant issue during the COVID-19 pandemic. Despite the controversy, Kennedy has attracted a following among those who share his distrust of government and pharmaceutical companies. His supporters believe that he is a voice for the marginalized and those who feel their concerns are ignored by mainstream politics. His campaign has tapped into a vein of anti-establishment sentiment, particularly among those who feel marginalized by mainstream political discourse. This anti-establishment sentiment has been growing in recent years, reflecting a broader dissatisfaction with the political status quo. Kennedy's candidacy represents a challenge to the Democratic establishment and highlights the growing influence of anti-vaccine sentiment within certain segments of the population. His run for office underscores the divisions within the party and the broader electorate. His campaign is unlikely to succeed, but it underscores the importance of addressing vaccine hesitancy and combating misinformation. The rise of such sentiments within the political landscape indicates a need for more effective communication and public health strategies to rebuild trust. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for future updates on the 2024 US elections and more. Thank you for watching.